January 22nd, 2024. Yeah, I got that right. Wow, January's off to quite a start, isn't it? I was hoping that the Neptunian fog would lift and things would be moving faster after mid-month. Well, they move fast. The wind blew a tree down on my car. That was then. I got a stomach bug and stuff came up very fast. Blech. Um, yeah, so and there's just generally, it's not just me. It's not about me. Who the hell cares about me besides me? But it definitely seems like there's a feel of things are not flowing all that easily. Now we have Pluto in Aquarius along with the Sun in Aquarius. This was uh, the meeting of the two on Friday the 19th, and then on Saturday the 20th you can spend this week reflecting on the things that happened over the course of this weekend, this past weekend, and see what that seems to bode for the rest of 2024. It's a pretty good indication for the rest of 2024, and even to a certain extent, the rest of the time that Pluto is in Aquarius. I'll have a video out on that soon. I don't want to step on my own toes when it comes to these things. It really should be out on Monday the 22nd, but so should the forecast, this forecast. Okay, so we have that stuff going on. But this week, first thing that happens of note is that Venus, planet of love, relationships, socializing, values, goes into Capricorn. Now, a couple of different things that go with this. First of all, it's a more sober kind of sign, and as you'll see this week, we could use a little bit of a voice of sobriety. I don't know that it has to be Venus, but okay, it is Venus. And with Venus in Capricorn, it favors a little bit more formality and socializing for the next 3, 4 weeks. Formality and socializing, a little bit more of that kind of traditionalism and stuff like that. Not bad or anything like that. It's very good for business meetings. It's good for work parties. It would be good if you like wanted to socialize and get a deal done or something along those lines. That's good. Venus in Capricorn also suggests that we'll be a little bit more reserved. That helps. So we'll have to see how that goes. It's not a bad energy though. Then when we get to Thursday, we have the Leo full moon. 5 degrees Leo. Mark your charts. 5 degrees Leo for this full moon is a good full moon. It is the party moon of the year. Every year, the full moon, the full moon, right? We've got lunacy. We've got people that are, we get a little bit crazy about things. It's light out at night, especially during the winter time. You feel that, you want to go out, you want to have some fun. People are very emotional. Some people are a little, over the top with their emotions and things like that, little too much lunacy. But generally speaking, it's an active, fun time. It's active, and hopefully you can make it fun. Well, the Leo full moon is definitely about fun, right? The sun is in Aquarius, the sign of the collective, and there's the moon in the sign of it's the star, right? This is the sign of playfulness, the sign of being childlike, and so on. So the Leo full moon every year is one of the real highlight full moons of the year. Falls on a Thursday. You should be able to get out on Thursday night. If not, the moon will still be in Leo on Friday night. So, get out there, have some fun with it. If you got to wait till Saturday, the moon will be in Virgo. Do the best you can. I can only do so much for you. All right. Now, this is a charged full moon at any given point in time, but we have a little extra this time. This moon is a little extra because the full moon is on Thursday, but on the earliest hours of Saturday, and we'll really say we're talking about Friday, Saturday here, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday as a chunk. We might as well just look at. Let's not separate things out. We don't have to dissect the sky, right? We're just looking at the whole chunk of things. We have the sun, fresh from creating the full moon, goes on and squares Jupiter. Now, squares are tense aspects, but the Sun and Jupiter get along very, very well. They're both fiery planets, they're both upbeat planets. And so the connection here is really a good one. Some folks, not you, but some folks are going to get a little full of themselves when it comes to the ego, they're a little overinflated, a little overblown. But by and large, this is an aspect that's giving us a little bit of faith. It's giving us a little bit of optimism. And that's where I think we're going to be feeling this on Friday, coming off the full moon. We got this faith and we got this optimism of the sun square to Jupiter. Jupiter is in Taurus, that's Venus's sign, and Venus is in Capricorn. Watch financial markets towards the end of the week and see what happens. It's going to be a nice tell for some time to come, right? It's a perfect storm to get people overexcited or overcautious, and it'll be interesting to see which way they go with it. So keep an eye on that. As I often say, you may not be interested in financial markets for themselves. They are very, very good indicators of where the collective mindset is. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on anything that happens, right? Uh, with Jupiter in Taurus, by the way, and the Sun in Aquarius, I think that this is a little bit of that, do you let's set up a conflict here since it is a square. The Sun in Aquarius might be a little bit about, do you stay home and watch the political debate that is on, or do you go out and have a really nice dinner? That's the kind of square hence aspect. On a collective level, though, it's a little bit between, do we follow our ideals or do we, sort of entrench into what feels like it's going to be the best, what feels good, what feels safe and secure? It's kind of a dichotomy that we'll be dealing with. It's really the same issue, which is whether it's at the individual or the collective level. So that is one piece. And again, everything is amped up because it's the full moon. But wait, there's more. We also have, on the earliest hours of Saturday, just as this aspect is perfecting, we also have Uranus stationing to go direct, ending his retrograde. Now, Uranus stations are always about independence. They're always about kind of orneriness, right? They're about breaking the mold. They're about doing things differently. That's the feel of any Uranus station. This is not an energy that particularly favors cooperation. This is more like, I want to go do my thing. You add in that Sun Jupiter square and the Leo full moon. See, a lot of us are going to kind of want to go off on our own and do our own thing. You might want to recruit other folks to come along with you, but they all want to go off and do their own thing at the same time. And there's a little bit of tension that could come out around that when we deal with this. We also at the same time have Mercury, the cosmic messenger, conjunct Mars. And Mars, the god of war, Mercury, we're liable to see people sort of expressing themselves very directly. And it's Capricorn, so there may be some tact involved. Maybe there'll be a little bit of tact involved, but more or less we're talking about people expressing themselves directly, working towards getting what they want. And with this Uranus station and everything else, kind of an uncompromising kind of energy about it. So you see, we begin the week sort of reflecting on what happened last week and sort of seeing where we're going, taking the big picture in. And then we work towards the end of the week and things get a little frenetic. Things get a little bit over the top, a little bit overcharged, overinflated. Folks want to do their own thing. There's not a lot of patience. I'd be real careful. I'm real careful driving all the time. And then my parked car, a tree lands on it, so there you go. Um, but it does call for a certain amount of caution, right? You don't want to take this energy and say anything goes, although Sun Jupiter might be trying to convince you that anything goes, everything will be okay. I'm just going to go do it. Maybe go do it, but try to have a little bit of assessment about where things would be headed. Try not to be too impulsive and be aware that others are going to be very impulsive. You could be the voice of reason like Venus, and others are still going to be quite impulsive, still very quick to do their thing. It's a very exciting time. As a lot of stuff is going to get moving that felt if things felt stuck, they're going to get moving in any random direction, in any random direction, not necessarily in the direction that you want, but you can also push things to go in the direction that you would like them to go, right? So there you have it. That's the week ahead. It's going to be it's an exciting start and it's a very exciting finish. Uh, you know, my strongest advice is to get out and have a good time, do what you want to do, play alone or with others, and be creative and have faith in yourself and have faith in the future and have faith in all of us. And um, well, that last one might be a bridge too far, but have as much faith as you can in the circumstances and make the most of it. Be aware that not everybody's going to handle the energy all that easily, and at the collective level and at the individual level, we're gonna find a couple of killjoys out there. All right, there you go. I'll see you next week. As a matter of fact, if you're around on Saturday the 29th at 12 noon at 12 p.m. Eastern time, we will have the forecast for February. And I'd love to see you there. And if you're not there, then you'll watch it later, especially if you like or subscribe. Right? That'll solve that problem. Watch for that video about Pluto back in Aquarius to show up any day now. Subscribe, and then you don't have, and put that little bell on so you get the notification. And then you don't even have to watch for it. It'll just show up. All right, I'll see you then.